Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello. I was going to say good morning.
Hi. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you?
Is your brain going crazy?
Yeah, something's going on.
Right?
I'm a little crazy today.
Just binging. You need some Adderall.
Yeah, I do. I've been saying
focus.
that.
We've been trying to get some from you.
Adderall.
For years.
Get it from your doctor.
I can't.
I don't have a doctor.
They said they're out of it. They said you
No
took
insurance.
it all.
They got it.
I'll get some.
I get it every time.
Yeah, sorry. I'm bouncing around a little bit. I got to get my caffeine in me before we get going here. But, hey, welcome to the show, everybody. Is there anything that we need to tell the fine folks about that would benefit them? Like maybe you could sign up to be a BDM.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
We got BDM Appreciation Week coming up in April. So if you are a BDM, look forward to that because we got a bunch of things coming up. And if you're not a BDM, you can sign up at tomandan.com.
Yep.
And there is a BDM appreciation love meter that you could sign up and pick a monthly BDM cost.
Yeah, I mean, you
Up
can
to
go
you.
from mile to
Show
mile.
us how much you love us.
Exactly. Show us how much you care. And you can do all of that at tomandan.com. Let's jump into some voicemails. I know we have some emails too, Sam, if you want to snag those, because even while you were away, I was trying to flag a few of them. It's funny. Like I think people like to email more when you're gone because they're like, let's give these to Daniel and see if he can stack them up. All right, here we go. This is regarding our last BDM show that was a wife cast.
Hey, Tom, Dan, and Sam. Listening to Wife Casts on the BDM show, and I think you guys got something with it. I think it's a format that is not utilized enough. And then with Sam as the moderator, glorious. I think it's something that should be produced more. Maybe even put on the Friday free shows so the poros can listen to it.
No.
But it's really good. I've personally have never heard a bad wife cast that didn't
Don't say that
legitimately
to
make
them.
me laugh. And it's also relatable. Just food for thought.
Speed your food up, for Christ's sake.
All right. We are going to do more wife casts. We got one planned coming up in March. So we're going to do more. And that'll be for a Friday free
It
show.
probably played this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of forget where we are
Yeah.
in time. I know that is.
Oh,
We're time travelers.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm all. He's like, "Why are you so crazy?" I'm like, "This is why I'm so crazy." It's like I'm having to broadcast in the future.
It'll be played this week, this Friday
That's
free
right.
show.
It's coming up. Hey,
Will be a wife cast.
just because you said that, we're giving it to you.
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's do an email. Oh, sorry.
Well, it makes sense that when Crystal and Andrea come in here, that like we're used to talking to them. So and they're call us out on our BS, or at least me.
Me too. I've got tons of BS. We've been doing that stuff for forever. Like even when we're not doing the show, I mean, to sit around and like just talk about our relationships, and we've known each other for a very long time. So
Yeah.
I mean, you get a lot of like interesting revelations when they come in.
One of these days, we'll get my husband in here.
I know, yeah.
I want to get him in for. Yeah, we need to plan that because he's like an awesome broadcaster.
Although
I don't want to say he's the
I'll
funniest.
also see how crazy you guys are.
Well,
Or maybe,
it's
maybe
funny,
he'll come here and he'll fit right in, and he'll be crazy with us.
Or
That's what I'm hoping.
Me and Daniel will come up with a prank of acting totally different than what you describe us as.
They're like, she's the crazy one.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
She's a
idea.
real bitch.
That
Always
would be-
complaining about these
That would be
guys.
so hard to do, though. Oh my God, a lot of preparation. I don't know if I could do it for a whole show.
I don't even know what that would be, like what I would need to do to act differently.
Yeah, like when you were saying that, I had no idea for a character of mine. I'm like, I don't know what character I would play. This is all I got.
Yeah.
I guess I got a bounty brain is what I got. Let's do an email.
Okay. Dan, you did ask for impalement stories.
Yes.
There's a huge thread in the BDM group.
Is that bad? Because like sometimes people don't like the
well,
gross.
skip the thread if you're squeamish because there's some crazy stories in there.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about the blood and stuff. I'm just talking about what's the weirdest. Like, did it go through? Is it in there? Is it hanging out? Like, what happened?
What are the impalement stories on the BDM page? I didn't see this.
Oh, man, there's all kinds of ones.
It's
But I got an
just-
email about
Yeah, well,
one.
here, she'll read this one to you. That'll give you an idea.
Impalement story here. I'm a registered nurse at a large coastal hospital. I had a gentleman in my care who had fallen on a mangrove that had been hacked off with a machete to ankle height and at a 45-degree angle. Bullseye on his taint. Between the trauma and infection, his nads swelled up to the size of a volleyball. Whatever areas that didn't split open were stretched so tight that the skin looked like hairy glass. Gnarly. I probably should have given a trigger warning for that
Yeah,
one.
you might have. My God, you triggered me. I didn't even read that. Oh, wow. You
I
blew
did
Tom's eyebrows
I did not
off.
pre-read
Too
that
early.
either.
I got a
and-
fever.
And these are some of the
Too
stories
early.
that you'll see.
I have consumption now. I'm dying.
Don't say
Don't say
Harry
nads.
Glass. And then I said Harry Styles in my brain. I'm like, no, Harry Glass, you idiot.
That's my lawyer.
I'm Harry Glass.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was rough.
You know,
man, nurses.
Well, that's just one example of impalement stories.
Nurses are some tough ass bitches, man.
Yeah.
They see some stuff
Woo.
and then they go home and then they're helping their kids and their husband and just, or vice versa. You go home and help your wife. But for the most part, you see the ladies, right, that are out there doing it. Good Lord.
Yeah,
God bless you.
It's rough.
That is rough.
Just seeing that over and over, all the stuff people go to the hospital, they mess up their
I
tanks.
could never
Well,
do it.
little things like that. Like
Harry Glass.
I guess, like if I were to ask a nurse, like, can you recover from that? The answer is, well, of course. But to
Just
me,
get used to it.
if I were the nurse, I'd be like, I walk in, I see it, I'm like, well, you got to ask him to leave. He's dead.
The Grizz and the the wizard's wives are
They
nurses.
have a daughter named River.
And you talk to them.
Wait a
about
minute.
all-
Hold on. Is this the same parents that named their kid Tennessee?
Yeah. They're the hippies.
Okay.
They're
We
like
got Tennessee. We got River.
yeah.
They're loose.
Yeah,
They're
Chance.
They're
That is the other
Oh.
one.
They're one with the universe.
I'm waiting for the new one. But it's gonna
Oh
be,
man, let's
wait.
take bets on this.
It's gonna be
I
over
hope
the
It's
top.
gonna be like
I think
tangerine.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Zartan from the old G.I. Joe. I think it's Zartan.
Whatever. At this point, keep having them.
Laser. How about Laser? Laser would be a dope name.
Yeah. I wonder if there's been any family that's named their kids after the American Gladiator show.
Yeah. Turbo.
There's gotta be for sure. There's a turbo
Right?
out there.
Yeah.
Turbo.
But
Man.
all the kids, like I'm saying, each one, like Turbo.
Oh, like a mega fan decided to name all their
Laser,
kids.
Who
which
was the
was
one with the
another good
muscle
one?
boobs? Who was that?
Oh,
Like
wait.
Medusa or something? No, not
no.
Medusa. She was a.
Sam, look up the female gladiator names.
Okay.
Because they
Yeah,
had
we
good
got to go
ones,
through
too.
them.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
Zap. I got one. I'm on the
Zap.
board. I'm
Zap.
on the
I
board.
don't remember any. of
Zap
the
was the
names.
biggest one.
Okay.
Zap was the one that you were like,
It's a-
ooh, way.
It's almost like you couldn't think of more 90s names.
No.
So, like, they're
And
like-
Zap was the muscly one that was a little more like guyish, I guess, for lack of a better term. And I
We
think.
got Blaze.
Hold on, Zap was the
Blaze.
one that my dad saw because she was a bodybuilder. My dad's like, oh, Zap, I'd like to,
Zap that.
Zap that ass.
Pretty
Crush.
Crush.
Okay.
She was she black?
No.
Blaze was black.
Blaze was black.
These are like the names of kids' monster trucks.
Yes.
We have
Boy-
two different Electras, one with a C, one with a K.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I liked Electra-C.
I like how they couldn't come up with anything more
Well, they
creative.
need-
We
than
got
this.
Helga.
Helga? Oh, that's.
Yeah, she looks like a Viking.
Okay.
Okay.
We
fair
got
enough.
Flame.
She black too?
No.
Okay.
Fury.
All right.
Jazz. Now they made her
Jazz,
black.
She was black. Well, most
Interesting.
jazz musicians.
Oh wait, there's also a white jazz. Okay, there's a.
Oh, it's
okay.
real. It's
They
the
just
most
started
boring-
recycling-
Oh,
They
it's
just started
lovely.
recycling names because then there's two different Jades,
I think white
two
jazz,
different Laces, two
Well-
different Panthers,
White jazz is just Dave Koz, and that's just white guy saxophone, and it's horrible.
I
two
don't-
different Sirens.
Um,
We got a Storm.
Storm. That's an original
We got
one.
Steel,
I think I got the big dog with Zap.
Venom,
I don't remember Venom.
Tigra,
I don't remember
Sky.
Tigra and
Hold on.
Bunny. We're Tigra and Bunny, and
Ice.
we got Ice. It wasn't original. Ice wasn't original.
Gold,
Don't remember
Okay.
Gold.
Raven.
No, now you're getting.
Do you
Hold on a
think,
second. You're going
who
through
do you
like
think came up with this? Like,
Gladiators International. They might have
just
had-
some showrunner, right?
Yeah,
you know,
some
just looking
dumb-
through a thesaurus,
Yeah.
figuring out
Just
like,
look for adjectives.
yeah.
Who are you? You're laser. Who are you? You're strong. Who are you? You're strong black.
Yeah.
You're
edge.
tall white.
Yeah. What were some of the guys' names?
Hold on. Let's see if we can get a couple. Can you get on the board?
Hold on a
There
second
was.
There had to have been a thunder, right?
For whatever reason, I just
Thunder,
wanted to yell out
laser.
Major Melons, and that's not a member of the
There
American
is no
Gladiator.
thunder. Oh wait, there is a thunder. There is a thunder.
Oh. Was there a lightning?
Let's see.
Yeah, oh yeah. But yeah,
There's a hurricane.
Oh, okay.
Oh, these are so boring.
There's
Turbo.
a cyclone.
Tornado.
Atlas.
So you take any
Beast,
type of...
the original Mr. Beast.
You
right?
take every weather, right? You
Yeah.
do tornado, typhoon, earthquake.
Laser.
Yeah, well, that's not weather, is it?
Havoc.
Oh, Havoc.
Quake.
There you go, Quake. But he was Quaker. He was just an old man with a hat on and a beard.
Viper. Wolf. Turbo. Thor.
Turbo
Tank.
was the original one. I think Turbo for the guys, Zap for the girls. Those are your big dogs.
You know, when I was watching American Gladiators as a kid, I thought like the tennis ball gun was the coolest thing that they
of course.
had.
I think every kid did, right?
And then I thought that there would be more tennis ball guns in my future.
I did too, like a Nerf gun.
yeah.
It didn't fire a lot, though, too. It would fail a lot. And it would just, you would just get the big CO2.
But they'd cock it and they'd have like
A row of balls.
a hopper
Yeah.
of balls, and I just thought that we'd see more of those in TV shows and in regular life. That somehow the tennis ball gun would be so popular from American
It
Gladiators.
got banished to the land
and
of
we-
mascots, and they
never
only
saw
use
it.
it for T-shirts now, right? It's like a glorified T-shirt cannon.
But it doesn't have.
Can we get one for an event? Let's get one.
A tennis ball gun?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
we need the bolt
Why
action.
not?
What are we
It
gonna?
was 90s, baby.
Let me
Like,
see.
why didn't they have a bolt action T-shirt cannon? Like you think
Right.
No, they do have that.
they do?
Yeah, they absolutely do have that. Where you slide it open, you slide the T-shirt in.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying it'd have a hopper, and then all you do is you cock it, and you load a new T-shirt in each time, just like the tennis ball gun from American Gladiators. And then you mount it to the back of a Toyota pickup truck, like they do in Somalia with machine guns.
Who do we know that can build us
Gannon.
Yeah, again.
a course?
He's already bit one of them.
like a full course, and we'll do it as a Tom and Dan event, and we'll call it the American Fattiators.
Hold on. It's the best idea you've ever had. American Fattiators?
We have to now. We could do the
Open
tennis
it
ball
up
course.
to all nationalities.
Yeah, of course. But there's got to be a weight minimum, right?
Do we just do the
250 and over.
Because there has to be, remember, at each particular stop, there was a weapon for the American Gladiator to use to try to shoot the target.
It was dumb, though. It was like you had big foamy arrow. Then you had a oversized Nerf ball. It was like a grenade or something. Then you had, what else did you have?
There would be some sort of slingshot apparatus, but they're all horrible. And they never work. And most of it was anticlimactic, and as far as they'd go to shoot it, and it would just be like, yeah. And then it was like, it didn't even come close, you idiot.
There is a
This guy's
company.
gonna shoot you with the tennis ball gun.
There's a company right now that makes they make those type of launchers. They make handhelds, and they also make the ginormous ones that
Oh my God, I want one.
that are used for
T-shirts
American
Let's make our
Gladiators.
childhood dreams come true, Tom.
Or the T-shirt cannon with the CO2. I mean, that's been around forever. I'm saying the bolt action. You cock it and you load one ball in at a time, and then you fire it. This one you have to,
No, I think this one. See this one
I
right
can
here.
shoot a Coke can.
Yeah,
Look
this
at
one
that.
you shoot a Diet Coke. That's your dream come true.
Right
It's
to your mouth.
Yeah, shoot it right in your BH.
Yeah. Again, though, not bolt action. I like the cocking it instead of the,
Let me
muzzle
type
loading
that
it like an old.
I know they
soldier.
got it. I've seen a bolt action
Is it?
T-shirt cannon.
It's just probably it's gonna be inefficient because the bolt is gonna get caught up in the material. It's not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's easier just to stuff it in the top.
Yeah, I mean, the bolt is the bolt is going to end up eating a part of your T-shirt material, and then you go
it just gets stuck.
and it gets stuck, and you're like,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm wrangling with the bolt,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then the door to the bolt falls off, and
inefficient, I
then you got to
understand.
email the company.
Yeah.
No, but I agree
understand
with
why
you.
it never came
It's
about.
cooler though.
It is cooler.
It is
yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, it's just never saw it again.
Let's do another one. Let's try this one right. Let's try this one right here. Oh, wait. No, we did. I think we did that one. Let's try this one. Give me a second here. My computer is not behaving. Here we go.
Hey, Daniel, it's Billy. I'd gotten your email. I did send you a reply.
No, that is Billy the phone freak. Sorry about that.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's DeBerry Joe. you ever compliment another dude's cars? Not the super fancy ones. Like if I see a Lambo out and a guy gets out, I'm not gonna say anything. But like a guy just rolled through in one of those older two-door Lexuses, and I just really adore them. You know, I used to have a buddy with a big V8 one, and I just said, "Hey man, nice car." You know, a lot of people don't appreciate those. I just want to know if I'm acting a fool doing this.
You're chirping.
Acting a fool.
That's a chirp.
You're chirping.
Two-tone S10, so nobody compliments my truck other than old men. I don't know. Curious.
No, you're chirping, and I mean it's fine. I mean if you're
You're not acting a fool. It's
no,
fine.
I appreciate a good chirp. You know, and there's a time and a place. You got to read the room. I'm trying to get Maisie to understand you got to read the room for your chirps. You know, look around, see if there's.
Listen, the world would be a worse place if no one chirped, because I understand both sides of it. First, I've gotten compliments only when I had the WRX, because it was more of a.
It was a fun car.
You know, it's more of a fun car for, I don't know, in general, like, oh, that's a cool car. You know, it's like a rally car.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a fun car to drive. And people multiple times, especially teen boys, loved my car. They would
Okay.
multiple times at gas stations when I'd put gas in it. And I say teen boy, it could be like 21. I have no idea. But, you know, young
The
boys.
youth.
Yeah,
The youth.
even if you're 21, you're
Young
a teen
man.
boy to me.
Young
I feel
men.
like. Yeah.
And
Young men.
they'd be like, hey, nice car. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. And it would make me feel a little bit good. Like, I would be like, oh.
I would feel bad.
What would you say back then? Would you be like, stay in
They're like,
school?
why do only kids like my car?
I was a little embarrassed.
You need to say things
You
like.
know what? I was more embarrassed that.
No, you need
This
to,
old man doesn't know what to
all
do with
the
that
teen
thing.
boys.
You need to say things back to him like, stay in school or don't do drugs.
I got this car, but stay in school,
Yeah.
sonny.
By the way, there is this.
Start my own business.
I feel like there's a giant misconception in this world that women care about cars whatsoever. Like, I don't think that's a thing. I don't think
It is. But
I don't think it
they
is.
don't
I
care.
don't think that
It
women
absolute-
give two S's about someone's car.
You're wrong. They absolutely do, because it's a sign of whether the guy has a job or not. So if you have a nice ass car,
That's also not true.
it's a real
Yeah,
sign.
no, but I'm saying like.
Well, it can be.
Can
It can
be.
be. I mean, if you're driving around in like a decent 3 Series BMW and it's nice on the interior and it's like a 2017, 2018, you're not wanting for anything, right? Like you're eating, you must be
Or-
paying for something.
But,
You're
okay.
a lot of debt.
Yeah, well, it's also a sign of a
Living
lot of
beyond your
things.
means.
It's a sign that you could be a douche
True.
too, and
Okay.
so for instance, when I drove.
But you're only a
see
douche if
somebody
you are a douche. You're
in
not
a blood
douche.
spattered car.
You're not a
Okay,
douche.
I want to talk about that.
But not all douches drive blood spattered cars.
No,
and,
no.
And there are guys that drive that really like it, that are great people.
you're right.
Just not Seth.
No, 100%.
Not a great person.
It doesn't matter.
Sometimes great.
It's just if you have a really expensive sports car, right? Then it is a sign that you have a lot of money, right?
It can be.
The car's $100,000. Let's say.
Right.
Let's say if you drive around a $100,000 car. But there is a percentage of those people that drive around $100,000 cars that are douches or that care about how they're perceived. And I don't think women like that either. Like, they don't want a guy to try hard to be flashy, right? I think some don't. Some do. It's all subjective, right?
Right,
But
right.
then there's a percentage that do. So then automatically there's a percentage chance that you are that person. I feel like, yes, money. And then it's like, do you want to
But
advertise
then
you
there's
have a
always
lot of
the
money?
joke, right? If you have a big truck, you're compensating for something kind
There's
of
that
thing.
too. Yeah, it doesn't mean that's 100% the case,
No.
obviously, but it's
But that is a common joke.
so. But
is.
I don't think women care about like sports cars as much as men think they do.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then the opposite of that, I don't think men care about how women dress as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think
Yeah.
that a lot of them are doing it for their own sex.
Right. And just because
Correct.
you're not
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that world and you
Like-
don't fully understand that, you're going to apply a little bit of artificial amperage to it, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
going to think, oh, yeah, they care about this. When you're not in that world, you don't know. Yes, some may, but not as much as you think.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like, I feel like in my life, I've rarely seen women care about like a fancy car.
Younger
Way
women,
less than
maybe.
than it's even perceived. But even I remember when I was in my younger age, like when I was around younger women, my wife and all my friends, I rarely saw them make a comment about like, "Ooh, look at that dude."
I think that's Miami friend syndrome, though, because like
Is that-
in DeLand, with the guys I was around, there were guys that were rich that had really nice cars, and there were guys that were rich that had really nice trucks. And most of the guys had like their dads owned construction companies and would buy them these like $65,000, badass trucks. And there were like girls that did care about that because the guy looked like a creature from The Hills Have Eyes, but in his truck is a pretty good, really good looking girl who you can tell she cares about the money that he has.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So I think it's a younger, I think your percentages go up with younger women.
Yeah.
And probably men for that matter, right? Just because you're younger.
Yeah. It's
I saw a lot of that when I was younger, not so much of that now.
Yeah, and it's also whose money is it? Is it your parents' money? Like your parents bought you that.
Right.
This guy didn't make you the
But
money.
girls don't care about that, especially younger girls. They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
care
they
that
just
you have a
want-
nice truck and your parents are rich and you're probably going to be rich.
They want to ride around. You care about money. I feel like that's the minority instead of the majority. Like it's portrayed on TV.
I think it is actually a thing though. I think that there are rich guys that have decent and nice cars who are popular because of their wealth, and I think the stereotype holds up. I think it's still around.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's still around. I just don't think the majority of women care, even when they're young. Like I think a minority do, but not like it's perceived on or portrayed on TV.
I wonder why that became. Well, it must have carried more weight maybe back in the day because. How did it become a stereotype tried and true to most like movies and books and television? How did it get that much play, right?
Because I think there'll always be people that will just care about that, and then so you're guaranteed it's something. Because money will get you a small percentage of.
Let's also think about the
people.
history of like women weren't even allowed to work at one point, so you
Sure.
needed a man that could take care of you.
Right. And then you got a fat
There's a
girl.
history.
Yeah. Then it was just a stat. It was like how kings and fat people were the rich because they could afford food. It was, it was just what it was. It was like you definitely wanted someone to make money, and so that was attractive.
Yeah, Tracy in our chat room. I grew up with all the car guys. I liked it. And I'm a girl. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to be out there. But, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Would it trump the way the person is, though?
What do you mean?
Like, if the person had money and a nice car, would that matter more than the person's looks or personality? That's what it's
Well, in the example...
I guess that depends on the person.
Right, it does depend on the person. But the example I was giving you, this guy was not a good-looking guy. He was a country bumpkin... looking dude, not in great shape. Was only popular because his parents were extremely rich and he had a $65,000 what is it? The King Ranch Ford, like a massive mega truck, and it carried a little weight.
Anna Nicole Smith was married to that old skeleton.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
there are a lot of women and men that do that.
Obviously, yes, I understand that matters. I don't know how many women were willing to be with that old skeleton man. For his money. I guess
that's a bad example because I watched that documentary and she actually refused to marry him for years, but then she felt so bad because he was about to die, she just gave him his last wish basically and married him.
God.
She was a caretaker for him basically.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm just
I'm heading that way.
But
I gotta get a caretaker.
Your caretaker just dropped her keys.
I know. I
she
love
wasn't
that.
a nurse though. Like she was, caring for this guy for a reason, right?
For the
Right.
money.
For the money,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I'd say. But, I don't know. Nothing surprises me anymore. Get an email ready, and let's try this voicemail real quick. Let's try this guy.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM Mike. Tom, listening to Wednesday's ACT and listening to you describe falling asleep dead sober, I've never related more to you. Anyways, BDM for life. I feel the pain. Sucking all the fat teas, and love you guys.
Oh, you've been trying to
What?
follow. That guy's been trying to follow. What?
Oh, you having trouble falling asleep sober?
It can be harder for sure.
Yeah,
Because you're not.
I'm saying sober from alcohol, not the marijuana. I still need that to fall asleep.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, not dead sober. I haven't fallen asleep dead sober in maybe
Years.
Who wants to do that? My God.
without some sort of Ambien or not Ambien. What's that?
Man,
The
you got
melatonin.
Ambien? Give me
No.
some Ambien.
No. I've never taken any prescription sleep medication
Me
because
either.
everybody just gets addicted to it and then it becomes counterintuitive to their sleep because they're like, if I don't have this, I can definitely never fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm already
It's like-
there, so I gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so like melatonin and the THC, that helps.
What else you got over there,
All right,
Sam?
this is a guest discussing the Friday Free Show that Remy was on. I was not here for that, obviously. So this says, show, Jay here. Remy read an email of mine on the last Friday Free Show, which he could not even get through. didn't read it in order and effed it up completely. If he would have read it correctly, it was mainly just breaking Tom's balls on how gambling can be fun and just a chance bet. I never mentioned anything about odds. Super Bowl, squares, and lottery, not the effing Powerball, can be financially beneficial. I was called a liar, which I am a lot of things, but a liar is not one.
Yeah, it's funny, when that one seems to be a hot button for people. When you're a liar, and then people are like, I am not, and I will defend it till death. And it's a stupid bit about gambling. For the love of God, man, relax.
I know you've quit drinking, which I don't think is true.
No,
and there's also an Adderall shortage, so I'm going to say
He's
that has a
got
lot
that.
to do with all of your grouchiness.
He's making his own now.
Walk it off. As far as me being a liar about my lottery winnings, let me see your gambling profits over the last year. Here's mine. And then he's got a list of his winnings, the date and how much he won, and then he's got a picture of stacks of cash. He's got bank
Doesn't
statements.
mean anything. The Island Boys always have stacks of cash.
Well,
And then he said, "See you Saturday at Porch Fest." This is
come
obviously
on out.
old.
well,
Looking forward to seeing you.
I was calling you a liar because, again, I didn't see the email. Remy, at least from the email,
He tried.
He tried his best.
He gave it a shot.
from reading
Now his
it,
notes were
yeah,
Don't just burn it.
unreadable.
it sounded like you were saying that you have some sort of system for the lottery as far as like you're keeping track of how much money you've put in and then your returns, and then you're somehow winning more money than you're putting in. And I'm saying that's mathematically impossible. You can never do that with the lottery. Because it's now over a short period of time, you may say like, "Hey, people have won the lottery twice." It's happened before. It doesn't, just like any statistics, just because something's happened doesn't change the math of it. Yes, that person is up more than they're down because it was an anomaly they won it twice. But over the long term, you cannot win. Same thing with slot machines. Same thing with any Vegas game.
Yeah.
You will not win over the long term. It's mathematically impossible.
With the scratch-off tickets, in order to absolutely ensure that there is no pattern, and what I mean by pattern is there's no pattern in the numbers of like what's randomly put on the card.
Impossible to win over time.
There's no pattern on when the trucks deliver it to the 7-Eleven. No pattern on. I'm saying there's going to be patterns that line up. I'm wondering if they're constantly having to maneuver things a little bit and change things just to make sure that is even more
Mathematically
impossible.
Well, there is a movie that's out. I believe it has Bryan Cranston in it. If I may be right, but it's about a guy that discovers an actual positive EV lotto thing that some state is, and this has happened before.
Yeah.
Like it's usually state-run government,
just like an
lotteries.
oversight kind of a deal.
An oversight where he's like, wait a minute. The way they're running this lottery, if I play it like this, and then mathematically I will win over time.
This is that based on that story we talked about before.
Yeah. And so he figured
Jerry and Marge go large.
he was
there it is.
he was a mathematician, so he
Right.
understood the statistics of it, and so he then basically played the system because he knew the math was wrong. So he knew if he bought this many tickets that he will ensure
Right.
A positive EV or expected value over time.
That's crazy.
But it doesn't happen very often.
Right,
You
and then
can't
they'll
do
find it and get it out of there.
You can't do it with a regular lottery. You can't do it. People do it with slot machine. Like I've had family members that go to and then swear they've won over time, and I'm like, it's impossible. It's
Right.
literally impossible.
Well, they can make the statement they've won over time, but you've won over a small portion of time, not all time. All time, you will always lose.
Yeah.
Because that's what's designed to do.
100%.
If maybe if you explained it to them like that, they'd be like, oh, because like when
I think they don't. I think they're like,
Maybe they don't care.
because I feel. I'm like, your feelings don't matter. It does not
As soon
matter.
as they say that, you just put your hat back on.
I was trying to ruin my kids'
Oh, come on.
outlook on the world this morning on the ride
Okay.
to school.
This
just
is good.
explaining
parenting.
that the only thing that's definite is math.
Oh, I thought you were going to say death.
I thought he was going to say that too, and I was going to excuse myself to go
Well,
cry in
it's
the
not
bathroom.
wrong.
And I'm like, everything else is an opinion, really. Math, you cannot have an opinion. There is a right answer. You cannot be like.
What did they say to that?
They just listen for. I don't think they'll listen.
I
for
hope
Yeah,
so.
they're zoned out, man.
I was hoping there'd be
Tommy's
like
in his own head.
like a fart noise or something.
They
Yeah.
don't want me to talk, but now every morning I'm like, I'm gonna start talking.
Give them a new fact. Every morning, give them a
Yeah,
new
yeah.
science fact.
And
Oh, they'll love it. At least they'll be smart.
no, they're not listening.
They're
They're
not.
not picking up anything.
They got their headphones on, or
No, they're just zoned out. Like me.
got to take a break, right?
All right, yeah.
All right,
We'll
we'll
be
take a break. Come back. All right.
Because our guest is going to be.
Sorry,
I
if
think
seem-
someone knocked on the door.
Sorry if I seem rattly today, but I am a little bouncy. Where's that go?
That's Tuesday, March 14th.
We don't have anything?
No.
He definitely knocked on the door.
Shit.
Tuesday, March 14th.
They haven't emailed me. Wait, maybe something just came through.
Oh, you got it.
He got him.
Got him! I just gotta use the restroom real fast. Hey, hey. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Is that one? Just one?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. It's right there from the back. Back right.
Let's see. We get 3.
Help yourself to anything you want to drink or. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, we can talk about that on the show. Yeah. Let's bring something in hand.
All right. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Pleasure. Throw my stuff in there. I'm just gonna scoot past you.
Either side better than the other. We usually if Alice wants to sit there, we'll just be. That's the person that primarily. We both have mics though, but we usually the person that's gonna be talking the most will sit over there.
You plan on talking now?
It's up to you guys. I say just draw it.
If you want, we'll have that there.
Thank you.
So we'll do this for Monday for 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I say Monday? Wednesday.
Of course. Let me make sure I get this right. I think that one's good.
Actually, get in here and the nerves are hitting me now.
No, it's fine. I feel like it got hot in here again.
Yeah, we
Did the heater come back on?
we put the we had to switch the old thermostat back on.
Did you write that down, Sam?
For what? For Friday?
Yeah, write it. Well, not even for Friday, probably for ACT or something. But we definitely should talk about it because he's right. There's no reason why you should just take the new nest, put it on there, and then it just starts turning on the heat. Because I popped the old one back on and it went right back to normal.
Here's the schedule.
I've never seen anything
Okay, cool.
quite like
Hey,
that.
come on in.
Hey, Daniel, good to see you. I'm just going to use the restroom real quick.
Alrighty. Tom just going over the contest schedule. Are you still in it?
Yes.
Awesome.
7.
And then tomorrow's the next one, right? The next round.
Yeah, I keep going between like 6 and 8.
That's still good.
Yeah.
I'm burning alive.
That's what she's always saying. She's everywhere we go. She's like, no clothes on. She's like, I'm burning.
Well, it's either freezing in here or it's hot. It's like no in between.
Yeah. We're in the process of trying to figure out our thermostat because we put a brand new one on there and then it did not work. It started turning on the heat. And I was like,
We're like
how's that
we're
work?
like 70 degrees. There's no way. And then I tap it and it's like heater 70 degrees.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. So, well, some wires wrong on that. But
Paid for a new thermostat. That was the problem with our AC for a while.
yeah.
Was the thermostat.
That's what I thought it was was wrong with ours, but call American Air. But then I don't want to waste someone's time because this will happen. If I call American Air, the owner will be like, "Oh, he'll send a crew out there because they'll either one of our sponsors and they'll want to take care of it." So then the crew, I imagine, like has a normal schedule of jobs. Usually, so they'll be going out of their way to help us. Then they'll show up. Then they get here.
Pleasure. Thanks
And
for
then they
coming
walk
in.
inside, and then they're like,
Much
"Oh,
appreciated.
I'm super excited.
this setting's off or the wire, like all you like it's done, and
What
then I'm
happened?
like, no, I was explaining why I don't call American Air, and it's like, and then they're like, this is such an easy fix. You could have easily.
Yeah, but we don't know what the fix is. If we knew what it was, we'd
Googled
do
it.
it.
I fully understand what you're saying, but I don't
And-
want
and
to
then-
adhere to it.
Yeah, we had the problem at our house, and she paid a guy to come out, and he basically just told me to use my own vacuum and clean the line.
Yeah. There's some so easy that, and then and I'm not even worried about the charge because if they weren't our sponsor, then it's fine. I'll just pay it. Pay it's like an $80 charge just for them to come out, and then I wouldn't feel bad.
But they're
Okay.
there if you need
All right,
them.
thank
But
you.
And
be-
then there's some behind you as well if you need
But they
them.
won't charge us for coming out because they're our sponsor. So then I feel bad.
But you like the grift.
Well,
No,
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 I
that's
do
not
understand
as a
what he's
grift.
saying now. Yeah, it makes
A
sense.
grift
It's like
would-
a grift would be somebody we don't know or a listener saying, "Hey, I can swing by there," right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do
We'll
it
take
for
that too.
But then they get something out of it because they're
Right, like a
like,
straw
we take
hat.
a
You
picture,
give a
we give a
straw
straw
hat.
hat. They're like,
Yeah.
that was cool.
All
But
right.
just an employee for American Air, like I
Talk
wasted
into
my
that
goddamn
just
time.
a little bit, like get that close to it. Yep, perfect. Say a
Is
word.
this good?
Yeah,
Am I
you're
loud
perfect.
enough?
You're
All right,
perfect.
cool.
You're perfect. It's awesome. Blue mic is on as well. You guys just want to make sure about an inch off of it, and I will make you sound great. Okay.
It's Inked magazine, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Inked cover girl search.
All right. Would you like to start?
Sure. This is coming back.
Okay. Hold on. I just gotta make sure I keep these. Okay. Here we go. Coming back.
What's your name again? Sorry.
Nick.
Nick. That's right. Sorry. All right, got it.
We're getting better at asking names. I'm glad. Here we go. And 3. I'll start. 3.
Okay.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
So we've got a couple guests. Alice and Nick are here. We're going to talk about Inked Magazine's
Yeah.
contest that they're going on right now.
Yeah. This has been. I've seen these now and again, where you enter to become the cover model, the cover a boy or girl to be on the not boy or girl, man or woman to be on the actual cover of the magazine.
Yeah. So Alice is in the competition. How you doing, Alice?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
So you're in the competition for your that would be a half or the half sleeve, right?
Yeah. So I didn't think I was going to get accepted into it because most of the girls there have like full body tattoos. But then I did some research, and it's not really about if your body's fully tattooed or not. It's more of the look they're looking for.
Gotcha.
So I have a couple of tattoos on my legs and stuff on my thighs. But yeah, I'm a work in progress. Eventually, I want my whole body tattooed.
Your whole body.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say from like neck down. I
See,
won't do
I've
the
wanted
face.
from neck down.
I
Is
won't
that-
do.
is
But
that-
I've gotten to an age now where I don't think I'm going to be able to accomplish it. Like if I just started, I would have had to have started a little earlier. I started in like when I was 18, I got my first tattoo, but I didn't really dedicate myself to it.
Yeah.
But I understand the dedication of trying to get it all done.
Neck down. I mean, what do you even have to? How many tattoos do you have to get to cover your whole body? I mean, you could probably do it in marathon sessions, but
What's the
that would be
longest tattoo
extreme.
session you've ever had?
About 6.5 hours.
That's a long time. Yeah, I think that's close to me. I think I sat for maybe between
I
6
like
or
it.
8.
I think the being tattooed is like therapy.
Yeah. A lot
it's
of
a
people
weird-
do. A lot of
So-
people do. A lot of people like the aspect of the pain, the the pleasure pain type of deal, and then you're getting some sort of permanent art out of it.
So how does the competition go for Inked magazine? And also for all magazines, like they have got a huge online presence now, right? It's like that's
That's what they all
Gotta
their
be-
only presence, really, right?
a bunch of their advertising inventory is online at this point, right? Because magazines make money through advertising.
Yeah. How did you find out about the contest?
I
and-
saw it through Facebook. It was an ad, and they were just starting the contest, and it said you could be on the cover, and you could also, with the prize, is a 2-day tattoo session with Ryan. I top of the
Just
top
say
of-
Ryan, so that it sounds like you're such a big fan.
Yeah.
That you only call him Ryan because I don't want them to
Free
hear that.
tattoo. Yeah,
She didn't
yeah.
even know the name
Yeah.
of the artist.
Yeah. Well, you just assume like,
Ryan,
well,
it's the legendary Ryan.
if this is a prize, it's
Everybody
got to be
knows
good.
who Ryan is.
Yeah. And then how does the voting go? Is it like where do people go to vote? And how does that
There's
work?
a link on my profile on my Facebook, or I've also like on my Instagram and on my TikTok, all my social media. I try to put the link out there so people could see. And then once you click on the link, it pops up my profile, has a couple summaries about myself, a whole bunch of pictures of me.
There you go.
Yeah, you can go to cover.inkedmag.com. You can just look for Alice and vote for her.
How are you doing so far in the? Do we need to like whip the bee's nest here? And like, how are you doing?
I am currently in 7th place in my group.
Pretty good.
Right now onto the second round. So the first round it was out of I think 46 girls.
Okay.
And so tomorrow is the next cut.
Hey, we gotta get
Start
whack
voting.
of the nest.
You know what's interesting about like tattoo artists is it does follow the art industry as far as like a lot of it I feel is promotion, right? And like being able to get popular. So like I imagine a lot of the artists, like tattoo artists, have somewhat similar skills. Like obviously there's bad and really good, and then most people land in the middle, just like everything else in life. And then what differentiates everybody in the middle is just marketing themselves and becoming popular, because then with that popular name,
Being visible,
then you can ask for more money. It's like the art industry, right? It's like once you become popular, then you can start demanding more money for your work.
It's
right?
not necessarily that your line is any straighter or your circle more defined. It's just that you're more visible. Well, that's what Drake said about music. He's like, it's not about the music. It's about how you end up like promoting it.
I don't think I've ever told this story, but we had this guy we grew up with in high school. Crystal, my wife, knew him more. Like,
I know what that means.
she was friends with him growing up in high school, and his name was Norval in high school. But now he
God, he should have kept that name.
I know,
That's
I
an
love it.
unheard name. And man,
first time I've
is
heard
he a
it.
tattoo artist? Because a
Well,
tattoo artist, a famous one called
now,
Norval.
he changed his name.
Oh,
He
I was gonna
goes
say,
by
that would work.
Ellie Maggs now.
Wait a minute, I've heard that name.
Yeah, it's huge on Instagram. Or whatever. He tattooed Madonna's finger.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
Doesn't get any bigger than that.
and
Where's that finger been?
yeah.
Oh my God, everywhere.
Which finger?
Yeah, exactly. You
he's-
want to know which one?
huge in New York and like in the tattoo scene or
That's
whatever.
crazy.
And he just worked his way up. Like I remember he started tattooing, or like he was a graffiti artist in high school, and then he just moved into the tattoo world and moved into New York, and now it's like he tattoo amongst the stars. Like he tattoos celebrities and things, and like. And he's got a huge Instagram following or whatever. I've never talked to him since high school, or since 98 or
That's
97.
crazy. I remember, like, well, let's talk about your tattoos for a second. Are there any that, like, obviously there's some that you don't have. What do you want? What's on deck? What's next?
So I wanted to do the full arm first sleeve, and I got halfway, and then I just started doing different tattoos here. I gave up on it. So I want to finish my sleeve, and I want it to go around my back and down to like my leg, and I just wanted to have it like space to like underwater theme.
That's what you were doing.
Oh, I was,
You were gonna do, weren't you gonna do underwater and make the rest of it, or were you gonna do that? I don't know. I couldn't remember what you were gonna do with your
well,
tattoo.
Alice can help me figure it out. So here's what I got like a quarter sleeve that I got when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Daniel,
And then-
remember Daniel's? I think you helped me, or you pitched in with Carlos back in the day
I did.
to like pay for it. The
We
initial
pitched in a little bit.
Trinity tattoo.
I wanted them to hide some penises on it, but they didn't.
yeah, they did.
Oh, they did. Oh, yeah. I've got hidden penises too.
Uh-oh.
Look right there.
Look
Look right there. That's not an elephant trunk.
Look at
That's a
that.
ding dong.
Look, that's a penis right there.
Let me
Oh,
see.
wow, that is not a lighthouse. That is a big ding.
Little
Yeah.
Mermaid
That is a tight
cover.
house. Yeah.
You did that to me, George. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'll get you, Orville.
Anyway, so this is my
Let's talk it
problem
out.
with
Let's talk it out.
So I was like, I don't mind tattoos. I like them. And then, but at a certain point, after the kids came, and then I, now I'm 41 years old. I feel like if I started getting tattoos again, then everybody around me are like, "What are you doing?"
Well, let's talk about it. I had for the longest
your
time.
life is over. What are you trying to be?
I think for maybe 8 years or so, I had it right across my chest. I had a chest piece that just said "Paid to Hate," Well, nowadays, with there being so much actual hate floating around the world, I didn't want to get mixed up with the Proud Boys, so I had to get it covered up.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's like covering your Nazi tattoo.
Yeah, I had to cover up my Nazi tattoo.
I've seen
He
people
told
do
me.
that.
He even pulled me aside one day. He's like,
Yeah,
hey.
like, I had to do some time in
Yeah.
the joint, and I had to be
I go
part
to
of the Aryan Nation to survive.
I go to the
Huh?
Baldwin Park jacuzzi over here. I'm standing there with Maisie holding her hand, and all the parents are looking at me, and they're like looking at me like, "He's the tiniest Nazi." And I'm like, "Well, I got to get this thing covered up, right?" So then Derek from the East, which is where I typically go. Shout out to Earl.
By the way,
and
I keep forgetting you have
and
that
Derek.
chest tattoo, and then when I see you shirtless on the
Whoa!
camping trip, I'm like, oh,
because it hurts so bad. My God, I did swear that was my last one. Because what I had before was a chest tattoo. What I have now is a piece, and the size of what I had compared to what I have now is like. It's 12 times larger than what I used to have, and it was terrifying. But anyway, you get things covered up, and that's the beauty of tattoos. A lot of people think if your tattoo looks bad, that it's done. Well, that's not true. You can, tattoo artists, the beauty in their art, I think, is how creative they have to be.
It's come a long way too.
Oh man,
it's crazy.
And I like how creative they are to fit things on you. But yeah. So what do you want to do anymore? Or are you done?
Oh, no, back to
yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, because I just I'm like, what's the point at this point? Like it's I'm rounded into third. I see home base
when you slide into first and you feel something burst diarrhea.
Yeah. It's just like how much what am I doing here? Who am I trying to impress?
Well, but it's not. It's true. It would be for you.
I know. Yeah. That's the thing.
But you don't do anything.
He doesn't do
I'm figuring this out.
I get no enjoyment out of doing things for myself. So.
Well, then get your sons tattooed.
Yeah.
Well, I
now,
don't.
get them tattooed now.
Well,
Fresh
I guess
skin.
now.
Would Crystal
tattoos,
ever get a tattoo because she has the perfect skin?
No. For
I don't want to talk out of
Does
time.
she not have any?
I don't believe so. I don't want to talk
she
out
was
of
gonna
turn.
get
But I saw her.
what
I
was she
saw
gonna
her.
get?
I saw her thighs this weekend. I saw all the women in my life's thighs this weekend because everybody had on bathing suits. But Crystal is got that sweet Swedish. Bright white. It looks like computer paper, man.
Yeah. But
you want
her
to tattoo that.
will be red for a week.
But you want to tattoo it because
inflamed.
tattoo artists have to look at these Swedes and go, "Oh my God, everything will be seen." It's a bright white computer paper.
Yeah.
If she got a back piece, it would look amazing.
She for I would say 2 months after Lena died, she was on this. I'm gonna get a Lena tattoo.
Back piece.
A paw on her breast.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got excited.
all-
You excited me
Yeah.
by even talking about it. Is she gonna look like? She's gonna look like the rapper.
Yeah.
Eve.
Looking like Eve. Oh.
I'm like the freckles will get that eventually. But
Get the Eve.
anyway,
You should get the Eve. Get 2
Little
tiger
paw
paws
prints.
on your breast.
because the problem is with getting the single tribute tattoo is I always and this has had nothing like Alice is into tattoos. She's like obviously trying to compete to be on the cover of Inked. This is
Right.
a commitment. This is what she
it's a
what she's
hobby
about.
for you, right? Like it's a thing you very much enjoy.
My wife isn't, but then gets it in her mind she wants to do this tribute tattoo.
Right.
And then I told her
I like bad tribute tattoos.
a piece of advice that everybody should follow. I'm like, because I didn't want to naysay it because she yells at me
Well, you
for
naysay
naysaying
everything.
Yeah, naysay everything.
So this
I
is the
didn't.
one thing you didn't?
No, but
Oh.
I did in a small way.
Okay,
I just
passive
said,
aggressive.
I said, give it 2 months, and then in 2 months, if you still want to do it, and that's it.
But did she forget about it? Because I'm going to bring it
Oh
up.
yeah.
I think she should get the
It-
2 paws on her breast and a diamond on her tooth.
Surprised she hasn't got the boys' names tattooed on her or something.
No, but
I wanted to do that with my daughter. I wanted to get her, like when she was a baby, her foot tattooed.
Oh,
on
yeah,
her, but
yeah.
She's 6 now.
I got
I'm like,
amazing-
I could still kind of do it.
Yeah,
Do
but-
a big 6-year-old,
The
dirty
emotion-
ass 6-year-old foot on there.
the emotion of it.
I got Maisie on me.
Gets diluted after you want to do it at first when they're first born or your dog dies or whatever the tribute is. You're just like you're
if you
passionate
wait-
about it. Then you wait, it diminishes,
Yeah.
and then you won't do it.
Well, you know what I say about that. If
Which
you
could
wait,
be a good or bad decision depending on ask yourself like.
I'm glad I
you
waited
want
on that Island Boys tattoo.
Yeah.
Until it burned out.
Alex, do you agree people should take a beat or should you be impulsive about it? Because I figure like if you your goal is to get your whole body tattooed, so you got to be impulsive
Yeah.
because if
you
not
could slip a Super
Well, not
Mario
really,
or
because like I don't mean to cut you off, but like
you're
most,
Please do, because he won't stop talking if you don't. You kind of got to get in where you can.
That's a good producer right there. That's a good producer that will say, no, step on the hose,
Please.
guest.
Yeah,
You won't shut
interrupt.
the hell up. I don't
Enough
know.
about your one tattoo.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Sorry.
it's okay. But most people, when they get tattoos, they just get random stuff. To me, like every tattoo I've had is like, it's means something to me.
I like that.
Like my favorite one is the skull right here, and it's got a flower,
Oh, nice.
and it represents how I was dead, and now I'm alive again.
All right.
It's like I'm growing out of the skull.
All right.
I like that. Yeah, like rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find the meaningful tattoo? We just had this situation happen. I know we just talked about it, but someone asked me about my tattoo, and it was a tribute to my dad who died in Hurricane Andrew. So-
I never looked at it as like a tree. I
And
always
I-
looked at it like almost just like my dad's boat meant so much to him that I'm gonna like
well,
have that
Ross
on
did
me.
bring up the fact that like you got a tattoo of the thing that killed
Right.
him. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like how much
Well,
of
it's not like it's a gun.
Well, I didn't think it out.
Yeah, it's not like it was a gun and he
Exactly.
committed suicide.
Right.
Like he was trying to
Yeah,
protect
yeah.
protect his most.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I would imagine
I don't
that
know.
you and your mom meant the most to your dad. But
It looks like
he-
the boat
Who
did.
knows? It's possible to know.
I wasn't gonna make that joke. I'm trying to be like sensitive.
Well, how much
Did the boat have a name?
The boat was his favorite.
Oh yeah, what was your dad's boat name?
Leviathan.
Yeah, which is the most. That is a scary ass boat name, Leviathan. That's where you go to die, and that's where Davy Jones' locker is located, I believe.
Yeah.
The last location of Davy Jones' locker was Leviathan.
Anyway, so when you start explaining to someone like, "Oh, I like that too," and then you go and start explaining to them what it means to you.
I've stopped doing that.
I always feel like the person didn't even care, like, because
Yeah.
you
Just
tell them
small talk.
Yeah. And then they're like explaining a dream to the person.
I've stopped doing it.
It's like just say thank you and then move on, because I don't think the person even wants to hear that explanation. But do they? Maybe they do, because Daniel wants the chirp. So I'm taking it like I want it. Like I don't want to hear someone's explanation.
I stopped. People would ask me like when I got the chest done, they'd be like, "Oh, what does that mean?" I'd be like, "I like Florida." I would just like keep it
Make
easy.
it simple.
Yeah, because like the
you
more
go into something too depressing or
Yeah.
something or too deep, and then it's like, oh, you're going too deep.
Yeah,
Like,
and they're like, "Ah, was it a
TMI.
cover up?" And you're explaining, "Yes, I was a Nazi." And, like, you're getting into it.
yeah.
I
Like,
changed my ways, you know. Like,
yeah, because then it seems like you're like, I was paid to hate as a joke. Like I hate on things as a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, I don't know.
people, you know,
Sure.
It does seem like a Nazi thing.
I mean, let's be real about that. It was like I like funny tattoos. Like I have left tattooed on my right hand and right tattooed on my left hand. It's misspelled. I think it's funny. My dad liked that. I always thought that was like a whimsical kind of like, but then as the world changes, so does the meaning, right? Or maybe people are a little more serious, and I'm like, well, maybe it'd be easier for me to alter it that way. I don't have to worry about it, you know. Like I just take it out of play.
Alice, do you know if this inked competition is real? And I say
Oh,
that,
I
that
did-
because
I was waiting for
Yeah.
that.
because the radios. I used to
I
work
don't want
for
you
a
to
radio
waste your
station.
time, you know.
This is still on that radio station, so
Yeah.
hopefully they hear this. But
I
a
don't know if they
lot-
play it or not.
a
I
lot-
don't know if they
yeah,
play it.
does
Last
that-
I was
it's-
told-
We never check.
It's impossible to know.
Last I was told, Jack told me he was just saving all of them. And he's going to release it at the end of the year in a big,
Oh,
just a
yeah.
big refrigerator box of tapes.
But there was plenty of radio competitions, and I'll use that in air quotes. That they ask for the voting, and they just want the web hits and the numbers, and then they just decide who they want
Who
to
do you
win.
like the best?
Because there's no, and then I know people are like the Gaming Commission. I'm like, have you ever even heard of anybody working
Find
for the
me
Gaming
one
Commission?
person.
Yeah, I've never heard of. I've never met someone.
Knocks on your door one day.
Who, yeah, like it
No
does.
such thing.
Like, it's got to be a tiny. I mean, how many people are in the Florida Gaming Commission?
Two.
I think like
Computers. Maybe they're bots.
I mean, does it even have 10 people? There's 10 million games.
Look that
a
up, Sam.
year.
How many people do you think work in the Florida Gaming Commission?
And I feel like majority of them like mess with the Florida Lotto. And
5
they-
members appointed by the governor.
Yeah,
Five.
five
Oh my
members.
God.
And they probably just work with the Florida Lotto and things like
They
that.
work
Like,
part-time, too.
yeah. So like,
what it sounds like.
It's they're not like looking over anything.
Hey, you should try and be one.
What? I don't.
He doesn't want to be a
Big-
cop.
Well, no, you can rig it.
If you get inside,
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're
Yeah.
doing like
Work
Rick
from the-
Ross.
work
You're
from
doing
the
Rick Ross.
inside.
I was a prison guard, so I could, that gave me
They
the
got
edge.
4-year terms. Come on, buddy.
You'll be a narc. You'll always be a narc if you go to them.
If I know government jobs, they do nothing.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah.
This is the best thing for you.
Fire off a couple emails
Yeah.
to the casinos, see how they're doing.
So, do you know if they're just gonna take the web hits for the competition and just pick whoever they want?
Honestly, I'm not too sure. I hope it's real. I'm not putting any money into it, and I feel like.
Are you digging in to see if it's rigged? Because I like your play of like, you know what? Doesn't matter.
Can you scream prove?
Just gonna
I'm
try
just
anyway.
gonna try
Yeah.
anyway. I like that. Tom does
What's
not
to
like
lose?
that.
Yeah.
Like if I was
Well,
put
to
more-
lose is to lose. That's what to lose. All this effort.
is to lose.
You drove here. You had to walk around the side door because we forgot to.
Yeah, sorry
keep
about
the
that.
first door light. Anyway, all this effort, and then for the game to be fake anyway, it doesn't matter about
Hey.
votes.
The best thing out of this whole thing is I got to come here and talk to you guys.
Hey.
Not
Yeah.
that good.
Silver lining
Is that
in
that
the-
good?
We're pretty awesome.
Hey, I'm telling you long
Yeah.
stories are boring about my dad, and there's some depressing a little bit.
I used to be a Nazi.
This guy used to be a Nazi. My dad's dead. I don't know. How good of a conversation is it? Sorry, Alice. Well,
Write
again,
them one email. Write one email from Alice and just say, "Is this real?" See if they write anything back. See if they
yeah.
reply. Well, if they reply back, I'm sorry. No, maybe it's somebody nice there.
in fact, how many of the actual competitions are real, you think? Like,
Man, I'm
a lot
the
of-
worst person to ask.
a lot of
because-
people do like say like, oh, we got to make it real. Like I've heard in the radio station, to give them credit, they have said the gaming commission to me before, which I then looked at them. I'm
Hold
like,
on, you're
Gaming
backtracking.
commission. I know, but there would be people that were like, we have to do this legitimate. I would be screaming, just pick whoever you want. There's no one cares. There's no one going to investigate anything. You could do it. You could say anything you want. It doesn't
mean-
matter. But people would kind of go by the rules. But then I'd see them.
I mean, what is okay, here's what I would ask to even get to the bottom of this is like, what would even the punishment be? So let's say it is rigged. And let's say the gaming commission does investigate it because one of the 5 was bored. And then they get the stuff and they're like, we have determined that this is rigged. Your punishment is...
yeah. I don't think they
can't
even
do the
have
contest
one.
I don't think
anymore.
they have any jurisdiction.
Slap on the hand.
Yeah, what are they going to do? They're just going to be like, your punishment is that we think that you are bad.
I feel like it should be like when you're in school and you brought bubble gum. It's like, oh, you guys messed up. Now you got to give everybody a tattoo.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. You make
okay.
them give out the prize.
I think he was saying you got a tattoo on the gaming commission person.
But then I found out, like, even if you take someone to small claims court, there's no way for them to really even make you pay the judgment. If the judge is like, all right, you owe this guy $2,500, then there's really no
You
other
can't
way.
garnish their
Yeah.
wages.
That really only for child
I
support.
just want to be on TV. I just want to be on TV court.
There's like really,
I feel like we should ask Mo that. I don't know that you know the answer to
Write
that.
that
we
down.
asked him that. He
Write
said
that
that-
down. That's a new bit I'm doing. Mo versus Tom.
There
Who's
is-
right?
there
I
is
think
a-
I can tell you who's right.
I know it's the easiest
we
game
asked
to
him
figure
one
out.
time, and then he said there's really no way to collect once you get a judgment. Then it goes against your credit report. But it's like, what's
You're inching in. Don't be talking about our real stuff.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, I remember someone gave me or got a judgment against me, some credit card company, and then it goes in my credit report. I still never paid it. And then it's just like, we lowered your credit score 100 points. I was like, I'm poor. I don't care. So what does that do?
Like
Then
people,
nothing.
There were people that told me that my credit would be ruined forever after short selling a house, and I'm here to tell you that my credit has never been better.
No, yeah.
So that's not true.
Well, that's all back, the forgiveness, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Credit's bull crap anyway.
You gotta have it.
Well,
though.
yeah, they'll look at it.
How's
and-
your credit, Alice? I'm kidding. Like we're not talking credit.
Let's
We're
talk
not-
credit.
we're not talking
I haven't
credit.
checked in a while, but last time I checked, it was
Don't check
pretty
it
good.
because did you hear
Never
that? If you-
look at it. I
If
think that
you
was the
look at it,
stupidest
then they pull it and then it goes down.
That's true.
And it
They
only
punish
gets
you.
so good, like if they're like anything above a 720, it's all the same rate. I'm like, well, then why does it matter?
Yeah.
Like
Then the top is 720.
my sister just got to 800 the
right.
other day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's higher than mine.
You should got her a little trophy.
Yeah, I know. but then I
What's
look,
the highest you can get? 900? 1,000?
I don't even know.
Who knows?
I think 800 is about that. But it's like, well, if 720 and 800 get you the same thing, then 80 points, you worked all that
But
for
if
nothing.
it's down to the two of you,
850.
850.
Man, she's almost to the top.
If it's
But
down to
then-
the two of you, then I'm gonna take her.
Then it comes down to yearly income and some other things that.
Oh, you think you got the edge?
I don't know. I don't think so. She could have like military benefits. The whole
I
thing.
haven't checked mine in a while, but a LifeLock checks mine, and they send me. They're like, "It's went up, it went down, it went up."
LifeLock. That's a scam.
Oh, my mom bought it for me. Like she bought me like a lifelong. I have it forever.
Didn't they get your file your taxes just like me? Good job, LifeLock.
Oh, that's right.
Didn't
They
lock
didn't get
much.
it. They didn't get it. They did nothing.
Oh yeah. Anyway, sorry, Alice. So how can they vote for you again? We forgot.
Go on Inked magazine.
Yeah, cover.inkedmag.com.
Awesome.
And
Well,
then just look for Alice.
good luck with
appreciate
it.
it.
I
Yeah,
hope-
good luck with it.
I hope you
Thanks.
win. If you don't, start screaming that this is rigged and that
Yeah.
Tom and Ed
Well,
said
we'll come
so.
back on it.
Yeah.
We'll have you zoom in or something. We'll scream. We'll say it's rigged. We'll attack them.
Yeah.
We'll have Mo go after
I'm
them.
happy just to get like my pictures out there because like I want a model eventually.
Okay, great.
So it's just
That's a
nice
good
to at
stepping
least
stone, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, a lot of eyes. Free
I'm
eyes.
very positive. I'm really laid back.
Do you want to like
so-
share your Instagram or anything for people to follow you?
Yeah.
No pressure if you don't.
Yeah. Put
I
her-
don't, you
put
know,
her on the
I don't
spot,
really
Sam.
go on Instagram too much,
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't know off the top of my head. So I'd have to get my.
I don't know
phone.
mine either. I think it's little Nazi at okay, something.
Yeah,
I
but
think
it
I changed it.
changed.
It's a former.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming in. We appreciate
Thanks
it, Nick.
for
Thank you
having
very
us.
much.
Anytime.
Good luck with everything, and we will see you tomorrow.
Awesome. Good job, y'all.
Thanks. That was awesome.
We're still on Twitch and YouTube, just so you know. While I save this, where's that go, Sam?
Wednesday 4.
Say 4.
So it'll air tonight.
Yeah.
Painless.
Hey, you guys take care.
We were all nervous
job.
around here.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't.
Who wouldn't be, right? Like if you haven't done it.
Our show's ridiculous.
Pretty easy. All right, y'all. Thanks again for coming in. Pleasure meeting you.
Thanks.
Take care.
Pleasure meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you, man.
We
Take-
brought some stuff for you guys.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's some kratom drinks.
Oh, nice. Kratom
What?
drinks.
And
What?
then some crazy shots.
Crazy shots.
They're kava.
I've never done kava. Interesting. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we brought a whole bunch for you. I forget to.
We do it all the time. Great. Do you have is there a marker?
Do you have a mentor?
No.
Me neither. I hear a lot of people talking about, like, I got a mentor. Oh, look at this guy just listening to us live. John Williams says, bringing back memories of attending the show and meeting them afterwards. Yeah,
Look at
that
those- look at those thighs.
that was the original cast, I believe. Jazz, Hawk, Turbo, Nitro, Sky, Saber, Zap, Ice, Laser, and Siren. That Jazz. Woo! I wonder if you can find these guys and interview them. That'd be kind of fun.
I'm sure they're at some of the cons. EJ, get him at my con.
Yeah, you should get all the old gladiators. They got on like Asics or something.
Kava is like Xanax, is kratom is like an opioid.
Huh. To take them now. What else do we have to do today?
Jolly's at 1.
Okay. So we
That's it,
do one more before lunch.
probably.
Yeah, after we're done with Jolly, I'm gonna run and grab that stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
not stuck in traffic.
And then Tom has a dentist appointment.
Dentist. Yeah, good luck with the contest, guys. We'll see you online.
Bye.
You can go in the front if you. I don't know if you parked out front. Sorry, we were recording when you got here.
Yeah. Andrea
Cheers,
locked
guys.
him out.
Have a good one.
No. All right.
See ya.
I locked me eye out.
That was fun. All right.
Do we want to do Thursday 1?
We
Let's do.
can.
Yeah, let's do Thursday 1.
Thursday 1? All right.
Or we can finish off the.
Maybe we do that because we got to save Jolly for either Thursday or Friday, and we got to save Jordan Foley for either Thursday or Friday.
Let's finish off the that second segment.
We only need 10 minutes
10
for that.
minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do 10 minutes.
And it was
Or
just
about
voicemail
11.
emails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me get
10 or 11 minutes.
Our guest brought us some homemade kratom concoctions.
You gonna drink it on the lunch break? Come on,
Uh,
bro. Let's get crazy, bro.
Sprayed the whole bathroom.
There's some others. There's like a lot of. They're like, this is homemade. This is in a Powerade bottle. I mix this myself. I'm like,
I mixed it on the way over here.
then I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I like.
Is this somebody's plan to kill us? This is Butler's plan to kill us. He
I
snuck
thought
in.
I saw his truck this morning.
No,
Yeah, he was out here
Passing the studio.
he was delivering the
Yeah.
poison
Who-
to the operative.
Because then when they described what it does to you, I'm like, I want to
Yeah,
take
I
that.
wanna do it.
But I
What
need.
did
you look at
say?
it, it's in a.
They said it makes you feel awesome.
I put it. It's in a
Okay.
4 Logo can. They put
Yeah.
a paper towel in the hole to keep it. From
They're like,
spilling
do you want to feel awesome and have no pain?
Yes, I do.
I'm like, yes,
My
I do.
back is killing
But
me
I
right now.
need someone like
It's just like opiates, except it's legal.
who can we get in here to just like, hey, just
Drink
ta-
this and
take a
sit
little
for
hit.
15 minutes like you're a Walgreens getting the booster.
This is what Butler was for.
I know.
Oh, he'd take anything.
I
One time,
know.
though, he did take a freak out. I think he did take a pill from somebody, and he got a red face, and he's like, I have to go home. But I was like, you could go home.
Oh, no.
Because he was working for us. He was trying to figure out the drugs. All right, 10 minutes. I can bring us back. Here we go.
Okay.
And 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We are smack dab in the middle of your voicemails and your emails. You got an email over there, Sam?
Sure. This one says, Tom never changes.
Oh, come on, guys. You're too mean to him. I'm not going to stand for this.
Re-listening to old AMT episodes, and while you guys were doing fishing for scumbags with a free mini bike, Tom coughs and coughs up something on his shirt and then rubbed it in.
Oh.
History repeats
Yeah,
itself.
he does that. Which is, okay, he has adopted this new...
He's very Fleming.
He's
No one
adopted
changes.
this new style where he wears blue Ralph Lauren polo shoes with... What kind of socks you got on?
I don't even think he
don't
has
know.
socks.
Are you not wearing socks?
No,
And
I
then-
am. This is my wife's socks.
dingy
I don't have any-
gray.
Yeah, he wears
It
his
turns
wife
out I
Lululemons.
didn't even have. I didn't have socks because I never wore shoes.
So you just wear your wife's socks?
So I have to steal.
You're wearing
my-
pantyhose.
I have to steal
You got a
Crystal socks.
pantyhose!
And they're too small.
Yeah, they're tiny little pantyhose socks.
Yeah.
You got those little ones that they give you at Foot Locker to try on the shoes?
And then every morning I'm like, God, I need to order socks.
Let me order you some socks today.
Hey,
I'll
yeah,
do it
right.
right now on Amazon.
Just
What
do it.
size
Do
you
it. What
wear?
kind do you want? Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
order.
what do you want? Ankle? You want? What do you
telling
want?
you right
I don't
now.
know anything about
you find a
socks.
morning show somewhere in America that orders socks live on the air. We are the best in radio.
I've never ordered socks before.
What kind do you want? What kind of pile do you like?
I
Do you
Much
want
like
white,
carpet.
black? Do you
I-
care?
It's like
They
carpet.
Don't care.
You need it. What kind of pile do you want? What kind of wicking? What kind of absorption do you want?
Don't care.
It's like underwear, dude. It's just like underwear.
What size shoe are you?
Your feet, your toes are the balls of your feet.
10.5.
All right.
They're
Really
not- that
just 10
makes
though. Well, 10.5 on one foot, 9.5 on the other foot.
So you're gonna wear opposite
Wow,
socks?
you're a full inch?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot.
Um,
That is a lot.
so
If I look at, like, when birds look down on you, you look like an R word, right? Like, 'cause you have, like, it's like,
my shoes are the same, so you can't tell. But inside,
But I can tell.
Uh,
I'm surprised I've never seen that in flip flops. Don't you have, like, 2 inches hanging off the back of your, like,
no,
left flop?
You can't really tell an inch.
Oh, I
No, I can tell.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
Hey!
just saying, like when you look down, it's about the same, and they're not side by side, so it's like no one could tell.
What about, do you want to go, like, a no-seam sock? Do you want to go a quarter?
Wow, what is that? Is that my
my phone?
Oh,
You're jamming in your pocket. All right.
what is that?
God.
Your Spotify?
Who is this? Oh, it's Jordan Foley. Why is he
He'll
playing?
be in tomorrow.
Yeah, that's weird. I was listening to him. Sorry about that.
So it doesn't matter what type of socks. I don't want anything tall, too hot. So
I like I like tall socks with shorts because there's a
Yeah.
protection aspect. But with pants, I like a crew. Like, look what I got on today. I got a crew.
Oh, that's too big. No, then the back comes up all the way.
Well, that's
That
because
looks
these are these two
that
are my
looks like
wife's
you're
socks.
a
These
hospital.
are also my wife's socks.
They're like a hospital socks.
Yeah, I wear hospital socks.
I'm
The
going
ones
to
with
get
the
you
grippies.
these men's dry tech moisture control from Dickies.
Dickies.
All right. How much are those?
Working man wear those.
You
Those
get,
are callous fingers.
You can either get a pair. You can either get a 6-pack or a 12-pack. What do you want?
You need a 12-pack.
Can I get some where I single use and I just punt in the trash after?
Oh, like Michael Jordan after every game.
yeah. Because I feel like then I'm gonna start creating too many socks in the laundry, and then Crystal has a,
Is
no
that like-
big deal, but a problem with doing laundry in the house, and then it.
Well, if you're going to wear socks, you're going to have to do your own laundry probably. Because socks are a one-day use for me.
I use them multiple days because I don't have that many socks.
What?
So I take
You
them off.
do you wear underwear multiple days? The
No.
socks are the underwear for your feet.
Yeah,
No,
dude, this is you're not doing yourself any favors trying to be
So
a
what have
legit
we learned?
businessman.
So what have
You
we learned
recycle your
in the
socks?
past 2
My
weeks?
feet
we've
don't have
learned-
doo-doo on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yours do.
No,
we have
it
learned in
doesn't.
the past 2 weeks that this man will smush a loogie into a sleeve
And
then
reuse socks.
And he reuses socks, which I've never heard of anybody reusing socks.
No.
Well, I don't have any clean ones to wear, so then if I don't reuse them,
Clean
then,
them.
Then
Yeah,
the
you
next
gotta
time-
wash them.
Well, then I got to start up the laundry and the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's all you should
Just-
see it in there.
I mean, I think they sell
It's in
socks
the
at
garage.
7-Eleven, just one wheel up there. My God, man.
Well, that's what I want—a single-day use sock, and then I just
A
use them.
disposable?
Yeah, and then throw them away
That is
after.
so wasteful, dude.
But can't they make biodegradable socks that it's like
Why don't you just
they're
wrap
$1
your,
a pair?
Why don't you just wrap your feet in computer paper with a rubber band and slide them into your shoes?
Well, that's not comfortable. Is there any option for some sort of biodegradable single-day use sock that I could just throw in the trash?
You could do like a lot of little old ladies do at grooming parlors for dogs, and you could go to Joann Fabrics and buy one of the least popular types of fabric for cheap and then cut it into small bandanas for dogs. That's what they do. The ladies that groom, and you ever notice how a dog, when you get your dog groomed, it always leaves the groomer with a fresh bandana on, right?
Ah.
Well, the only way they can afford that is they buy bolts of cloth, like, at Joann, the ones that people don't
cut
want.
triangle.
And they cut little triangles. So for you, why don't you buy a bolt of cloth and cut your own socks?
I don't need to save money per se.
Yeah, but if you're going to be disposing them, my point is, like, you really want to, you're going to tell your wife,
$1 a day?
your earth-loving wife, that you throw your socks away every day?
Well, what if the socks are made, or first they're biodegradable, so they don't cause any sort of problems?
Look up biodegradable one-use socks.
And then
I haven't found any one use, but I have found biodegradable and quote unquote sustainable economic socks.
Okay, well, yeah.
I don't care about that. I just want to be able to throw it away.
I mean, you can throw it away. It's just
Yeah.
a waste of money.
That's fine. I'm good with wasting money.
How many pairs of socks do I
I mean,
think
any
I have?
sock you could throw away. Like what?
Yeah,
I
but
have tons of socks, dude.
if they don't say biodegradable on them, I feel bad adding to the landfill. I don't want to do that.
Well, you will be.
Well, huh?
Yeah, because Lord knows everything else you throw away.
Well, that's. I mean,
I think the socks are the least of your worries.
Yeah.
They're cotton.
yeah. That's a different story, But
Is it?
I mean, I could use less plastic. I get mad when I fill my trash up with plastic every week, but that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
I just get mad. I get mad at myself. I'm like, my God, I'm part
so
of the problem.
mad at this.
Well, I'm like,
Huh?
I'm part of the problem, but I'm not going to change.
Well, go inside and be more part of the problem.
Yeah. Because it's so hard for me to get beyond, like, once I'm dead, it's not going to.
I know. We're close.
I think
We're coming in.
Everybody thinks that way.
Let's try this one on the voicemail side of things.
Hey everyone, I have a hypothetical for you, and it's very hypothetical for Tom and Dan because they have kids, but Sam maybe not. So my wife and I have good incomes, and we could work anywhere in the country that has like any kind of population whatsoever. It's like just a couple of people, like one small hospital is all we need, and we can go anywhere in the country. Mind you, we're from Florida. I've lived a lot of other places, but from Florida, and so we're certainly not coming back there.
Why not?
But where would you go? Where would you want to try to? Oh, we currently live in Asheville, so like check that off. Where would you want to go live?
Interesting question, because if you have no kids and you can truly just go anywhere, and with the kids it creates problems with them going to school and having some stability and
Friends.
friends in the same places.
Yeah.
Like I could see now it's not gonna bother them that much. Like people have done it before, but truly without kids and you can live anywhere. My suggestion would be that you try different places for a couple years at a time.
I don't
right?
think I would stay put, honestly. Like, as little as I have traveled, I mean, I've traveled more than a lot of my friends. There are some friends of mine from DeLand who I know for a fact have traveled none. And that's really sad when you don't get to see anything, right?
Yeah.
I've got to do a decent amount. I'm very grateful for the amount of traveling I've done. But I think that Andrea and I, with no Maisie in the picture, let's say she's off at college or doing her thing, I wouldn't mind hopping around.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
you get a little bit. What's the
It's possible
amount
to do
of
that.
time to really experience like the culture of the city you're
Couple
living
months,
in?
maybe?
I want more than that. I feel like 2 years living somewhere. Plus, you can get that if you buy a house after 2 years, you can sell it, and then not have to add that income from selling the house to your taxes or whatever. So it's like tax exempt after 2 years, and then it becomes long-term residence or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like move every 2 years. Sell your house, move to another place. Hopefully your house will appreciate unless you fall into some weird recession year. But and then try out San Diego's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Expensive,
Asheville.
though.
It is expensive.
I'd love to hop around more frequently. I don't know if it would be
Colorado.
I was gonna say Colorado.
I don't know if I
Florida.
could, but I'd like to hop around more than a couple of years. I'd like to be every month a new place would be rad.
You should.
You RVing then, or how you gonna?
I don't know.
Well, it's like I said, you could rent.
Airbnb, long-term rental of some sort.
You could rent, and every couple months it would be fine too.
So you wouldn't have many possessions then.
No, it would be pretty lean. Like you got like
you could rent Airbnbs that are fully furnished and everything. VRBOs for months at a time.
Because it'd be cool to go like. It's cool to like go up the East Coast, and like stay in different states and different big cities.
Yeah, like
and then come across
for different seasons too.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to be there when it's snow, blizzard, crazy.
And then
following
shoot
the
across
weather.
the Midwest. Yeah, following the weather.
There's
and
a
just
reason.
staying.
Yeah, there's a reason people do it when they're got old and money and stuff. Like you follow
Sounds fun.
You follow the nice weather, and then like geographic change too. It's like sometimes mountains, sometimes beach, sometimes the city. Right?
Yeah.
Like living in the city is cool. Like
It is. Especially when you've been in the woods and you're tired of it.
Big cities are awesome. Like walking everywhere, having like walking
Public transportation.
There's a lot of cool cities in the world.
Museums and, cool concerts, outdoor infrastructures.
That would be my only advantage, I would think, to winning the lottery long term. Because I feel like if you won the lottery and then stayed in one place and just accumulated a ton of garbage, I think you'll get depressed after a while.
Yeah.
Like there's only so much stuff, like physical possessions you can buy before you're drowning in it, and then it's somehow depressing.
Even now I look at some of the stuff I have and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I've been throwing out stuff like crazy.
And so it's like if money wasn't a thing, or like,
I'd travel crazy.
Yeah, you just stay in different places because you could hit you spend the rest of your life seeing the world that way, right? Because like you start naming different really cool places in Europe, and then like around the world, and just staying there for 6 months or a year at a time. You spend your whole life doing that.
Yeah.
Although, would you feel like you want some sort of home base? Like, would you yearn for
the grass
like
is
a
always
community?
greener?
Yeah.
I believe that you will always yearn for that you do not have. But maybe you can do that. Like the perfect guys that I see are the rich ass guys that have the nice house. I'm not talking about mansions, but just a nice house somewhere, and that's their home base. And then they go all around doing different stuff. But when they get tired of doing all this stuff, they come home.
Yeah.
And they got a place that they can
you
go.
need one home base.
Yeah, you need one. Maybe that. Yeah, I think that's the key. And we got to get out of here.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Ooh, that scared me.
Yep, sorry about that.
All right. That is March 14th too.
Yep.
So you want to do an early lunch? And just come back with old Jolly?
What date was that one?
The 14th.
All right.
There it is. Number 2?
Yes.
Number 2. All right, are we taking lunch?
Yep.
Have a great lunch, guys. We'll be back a little before 1, and we got Jolly after lunch.